Hey there, second grade. All right, today we are going to be doing Chapter 11, Lesson 7. We're going to start talking about centimeters and meters today. So if you'd open up to page 685, that's where we're going to jump in today. All right, we've already talked about inches and feet and yards, and today those are all called the standard system. Today we're going to be talking about metric, and so metric is all based on tens, and so we're going to take a look at that. So go ahead. This is a video showing us that ruler that we looked at before. So on one side we've got the inches, and then if we spin it around, the other side is centimeters. All right, centimeters. So all these other smaller numbers on here are all our centimeters. All right. Now, if we keep going and we're to actually continue adding more and more centimeters, we have what's called a meter stick. All right, a meter stick is 100 centimeters. So you can see on here, there's 100 centimeters. It just keeps going up and up. When you see those bigger dark numbers, those are all by tens. All right, so when we take a look here, I've got my ruler, which is 30, and I would need 3 and a little bit more to make my meter stick. All right, so again, you can see the larger numbers are all of our tens. There's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100 is the very end. All right, so I want you to keep that in mind as we jump into today's lesson. So we're going to turn to page 686. And the top says, use a centimeter ruler to measure in centimeters. Use a meter stick to measure in meters. There are 100 centimeters in a meter. All right, so just like before, when we're measuring larger things, we want to use a meter stick because it's larger. And when we're measuring smaller and more exact, we want to use centimeters or a centimeter ruler. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here at a paper clip. Now, a paper clip is pretty small, so we wouldn't want to use a meter stick. Instead, we would just use a ruler. So that's what they've got here for us. Now, just like before, when we start measuring, we have to line up our zero. So you see the edge here is actually at our 0, and that's how we know to start there. All right, and about how many centimeters is this? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 centimeters. So if you haven't already done so, grab your pencil. Whenever I'm writing on the screen, you know I love for you to write along with me. So a paper clip is about 5 centimeters long. All right, 5 centimeters long. Well, we're going to measure some other objects today. And just like before, there's a lot of things that are hard for us to estimate. If you would like to estimate, you are more than welcome to. An estimate is just a good guess. All right. So when I take a look at this small pencil, it looks like it's even been sharpened down quite a bit. I wouldn't guess that this is 100 centimeters because that wouldn't make sense. Right? It's not as large as a meter stick, so I know that I'm going to choose something smaller if I want to make my estimate. All right. Well, I don't have that exact one, but let's go ahead and take a look at what I've got for today. Here is my pencil. It's a smaller than normal pencil. All right. And so when I bring my ruler over, I'm going to start off at the 0 with the tip. And when I go all the way down, the closest centimeter is 10 centimeters. So I can see that this pencil is about 10 centimeters. So let's go ahead and write that in now. It's about 10 centimeters. All right, next up is a desk. And just like when we did our lesson before, I don't have a desk that looks like that. So what I have is a tall table. It's kind of like that. Here's my tall table, and we're going to go ahead and see how many meters. This is larger, so I want to see how tall it is. So about how many meters tall would this be? Well, here's my meter stick. And I'm going to try to prop it up against the table here so I can back away. And when I do, oh, there it is. All right. So it's more than half of a meter stick. All right. And if I look in pretty close, it's actually right around 74, 75 centimeters. But I want to know how many meters. And so it's closest to 1 whole meter. So I'm going to say that this desk is about 1 meter. All right. Next up is a tissue box. All right. And we're going to measure in centimeters. Again, we want to always be thinking about, do we want to measure something with a large stick, or do we want to use our smaller ruler? And so this one, we're going to use our ruler to go ahead and measure it. So here is my Kleenex box. All right, here's my Kleenex box, and I'm going to bring my ruler over. And I keep telling you every time, because whenever we're measuring, we want to line up the 0. And on this one, it's nice because that's the edge of my ruler. So I'm going to start with 0, count all the way over, and it looks like we end up right in between 22 and 23, and it looks closest to 23, I would say. So we're going to write it's about 23 centimeters. All right. Let's go on to the next page. We're on page 687. And number 4, we've got the same filing cabinet as we had before, but look at, it's telling us to measure down here at the bottom. All right. So if I was measuring how tall it is, I would probably want to use a meter stick. But because I'm going across the bottom, I want to use centimeters. So let's take a look. Here's my file cabinet. All right. It's very tall, but I want to measure the bottom. So I'm going to come over. And sometimes when we are measuring like this one, I put my centimeter ruler down and it is more than that. Well, that's 30 centimeters right there. And so I'm going to mark it just a little bit, and then I move it over. So we had 30, and then I need to add in, it looks like about 8 more centimeters. So I would start to ask myself, all right, well, what's 30 plus 8 more? Well, 30 plus 8 is, it's about 30. Oops, I forgot to put my pen on this slide. There we go. It's about 38 centimeters. All right, 38 centimeters would be what we would be saying for that one. My next one, if you can't figure out what this is, it's a note card. So we've got a note card here. Let's take a look. There we go. Here's my note card. And I'm going to go ahead and just grab my ruler and bring it over. Of course, I'm going to start with 0. I don't ever want to start somewhere else when I'm just able to measure it on my own. But I'm going to start at 0 and go all the way across. And this one is just past halfway in between 12 and 13. So we're going to say that this is about 13 centimeters. It's about 13 centimeters. All right. The next one is a popsicle stick. Let's go ahead and take a look at my popsicle stick here. I'm going to put my ruler down. I'm going to start it off at 0. And then I'm going to go ahead and count all the way across. So there's 0 going all the way across, all the way. Ooh, it stops right there. All right, I like that. Stops right there. If you're looking at that, I would say that that's pretty close to what? I hope that you said 15, because it is about 15 centimeters. Absolutely right. All right, the next two we can see here, we're going to measure in meters. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and here's my door. All right. Here's my door. That's my curtain that comes down over our window. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to start off using my meter sticks. Now, this is another one that's much larger than just 1 meter. So I put my first meter stick down, and I did not get far enough. So I need to get another meter stick to come over and measure that next part. So here we go. Put my next meter on there. Let's see, did we make it? Let's see. Oh, I still have a little bit more to get to the top. So instead of me just throwing another one on there because I'm about to hit the ceiling, I'm going to go ahead and start at the top of the door and then just go ahead and put it on there. So that way we can just put this all together. So when I look on here, I see that I'm about 13. Right? Every meter stick is 100. So I've got 100 plus 100 is 200, and then 13 more. So 100 plus 100 plus 13 is going to be 213. Oops, goodness gracious me. It is not 213. That's how many centimeters. All right, so cm. I want to know, though, how many meters. Sometimes we make mistakes, and that's okay, right? I've been telling you that all along. So this is about 2 meters. It's not about 213 centimeters. That's exact. No, it's about 2 meters. All right, so I've got my 2 meters on there. All right, my last one. I don't have a table that looks like that. This is the table that I've got, so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you real quick, and we're going to measure in meters, all right? So not centimeters. I'm not going to forget this time. All right, so here we go. Here's my first one. I put it on there. Make sure it still lines up to 0. I'm going to go all the way across. All right, all the way across, and it is not there yet, so I need to put another one on here. When I put my next one on here, all right, it is most of the way over there. It's past 50, all right? And we've been talking all along that whenever we're in between 2, we are going to round up. So here's 1 full meter. And I start my next meter stick. There's 100 centimeters, but I'm going to keep going. And I am past 50, which means I'm past that next half. So we're going to say that this is about 2 meters. All right, well, we've got 2 problems left. So we're on page 688, and we're going to do number 9 and number 10. All right, I want you to go ahead and pause right now and see if you can solve these 2 on your own. And then when you're ready, push play, and I'll walk through how to solve these. All right, go ahead and pause it right now. And I hope that you paused and tried these 2 out. I'm going to go over them now. Just like I made a mistake on the last page, that's okay. If you make a mistake, just go ahead and correct it. Number 9 says, Tyler runs the 100-meter dash 2 times. All right, 100-meter dash 2 times. How many meters does he run in all? All right, so if he had 100 meters and then he did it a second time, we're going to add 100 and then another 100. All right, well, what's 100 plus 100? Well, that is 200 meters. All right, 2 times of a 100-meter dash is 200. For number 10, it says Jessa's ski poles are about 65 centimeters tall. Her sister's ski poles are about 80 centimeters tall. How much shorter are Jessa's ski poles? All right. Well, for this one, we're trying to figure out, well, what's the difference between them? So when I figure out difference, I want to subtract. So I know I've got 80 centimeters and I've got 65 centimeters. So I'm going to start with my larger number, which is 80, and I'm going to subtract 65. Now, you should remember how to do this. We start in the ones place, and I've got 0 minus 5. Well, if I have 0, can I take 5 away? I hope that you said, no, I can't take anything away if it's 0. So I need to regroup. I'm going to go over to my tens place value, and I'm going to cross it off and take 1 away. So that becomes a 7. That 1 that I borrowed from the tens place comes over here, and I'm going to bring up my 1s as well. Now I can do 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5 is 5, and 7 minus 6 is 1. So her ski poles are 15 centimeters shorter. All right, well, thank you so much for working hard with me and following along with me today. I hope that you were able to figure out a little bit more about centimeters and meters. We will see you next time. Have a great day.